Dumb, cool,
weird
podcast. Welcome to the Dumb, Cool, Weird podcast. It is the month of December, so you know what that means.
We're watching our first set of Christmas movies already.
And boy, do we have a special treat for you today.
Special, like the Olympics.
Yeah, so we, last year we watched a little movie called Jack Frost.
And we decided to watch the sequel this year, and I'm going to tell you right now, they should have just stopped.
Yeah, should have just not even bothered with this one. You know, all we can really figure is that this Japanese company that sells beer, what's the name of the beer company?
It's a Asahi beer. So I'm pretty sure what had happened was the Asahi Beer Company wanted to make a really elaborate Christmas-themed commercial. And they were like, oh, yes, we like Japanese movies to have a little bit of horror. This will be a big grand commercial. And they really forced everybody in the American production to say, like, they wanted all those people to come back. And
yeah, because I'm pretty sure they just came across the movie and they were like, yeah, this is how we're going to make this commercial work, and we're going to use this intellectual property. But the reality is the director and all the actors are probably like, yeah, this doesn't need a sequel. And they were like, oh, we'll pay you money. And they're like, all right, we'll do it.
Look, Jack Frost really like the Asahi beer.
Yeah, they actually had a scene in the movie where he was sitting there. He's like, oh, what did he said? Something about the...
I think I should have a cold one.
Yep. Yeah, they were really pushing the beer in this movie, and that's how you can tell this is obviously a product placement. Just one.
Oh, and then we had that one. We had that one naked Japanese girl die in the swimming pool before she just, he decided to have a beer.
Yep, the only naked girl in the entire movie just happened to be a Japanese girl, so it can't be a coincidence.
No, there's no such thing as coincidences. Just Japanese beer and shitty ice monster movie.
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, the people who probably funded the movie had their cameo.
Yeah, that was really odd because they dubbed over them. They could have at least, kept it Japanese.
Yeah.
And then put some subtitles under there.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
They were killed by a giant carrot.
Yep, giant carrot, which made absolutely no sense. This whole movie is definitely self-aware, I will say that.
That was great. Though that was the great part about it. I mean, it's right in between Phantasm and what was that other shitty movie we had to watch that I keep trying not to reference? King Kung Fu.
King Kung Fu. No, King Kung Fu's bad.
King Kung Fu's bad, like totally bad. But this is the middle ground of bad movies, and Phantasm is fun bad.
Yeah. So basically, the whole story is they're in the small town again. These guys who are, we don't even know where they came
It looks
from.
like evil East German doctor and guy who plays Saddam Hussein for a Christmas special.
They basically dig up the antifreeze, and for some fucking reason, whatever reason, they decided to try to resurrect Jack Frost. I think it's never really explained.
I just want you to understand that microwaved coffee is actually what got Jack Frost to come back to life.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was because there's a little bit of water in it. That's the only explanation I got. And then he chopped the guy's fucking face off, like through his mouth.
Yeah, he shot a giant piece of glass and it cut him in half.
Yep, and then it turns out that the town is laughing at the sheriff, even though the sheriff saved the town. So him and his wife.
It's only been a year.
Yeah, it's only been a year. So, they decide to go on a trip to, to the Hawaii.
But let's go back to this, all right? He saved the town, which mostly gets murdered by this giant murder monster snowman.
Yep.
They saw him kill this snowman.
Yep.
They helped him bury the snowman.
Yep.
And now they're making fun of him a year later because he has PTSD from killing said mutant snowman.
Yep. Pretty much. And it's bad because even his wife and his two friends from the previous movie are literally gaslighting him.
That's his brother and his brother's wife.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I don't even know if they were in the previous movie. I'm guessing.
That could have been other actors.
Yeah, but they're all gaslighting. They're like, oh, he's not coming back. The entire movie, this guy's like, I can sense him. And then they're all like, oh no, you're hallucinating.
This isn't happening at all.
Yeah, and
they're making fun of him the whole time.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the budget was really low because in the beginning of the movie, they're supposedly getting on a plane and going somewhere, And when they're doing that,
They're at the Snowminton International Airport.
which, you know,
It's more like a bus stop.
and I've never been to the Snowman International Airport, but I got to tell you, that didn't look like an airport at all.
It was a bus stop.
Yeah.
A very, very good bus stop, maybe.
Yeah, and let's talk about the fact that sorry, my cat's like being a bitch. Stop.
Percy,
Yeah, there she
come
goes.
here and gets pets.
Yeah. So
Meow.
my cat's trying to eat like stuff off my countertop, and she knows she's not be up there. I'm gonna give it to her when we get off this fucking podcast. She's gonna
Give
get
her all the snuggles.
She's gonna get the spray bottle. But basically, what ends up happening is me and Nick are trying to figure out how the fuck did he know how. I mean, they even brought it up in the movie. Like, it's 2,300 miles away from where they were, and how the fuck did he know how to get there? And supposedly he came in the water.
Also, he can't go anywhere that's too warm.
Yeah.
He hates it because it's warm. So
That
why
was-
is he
and
in
that- and that was
tropical
established.
water?
That was established in the other movie.
Yeah, he hates the heat. He melts.
Yeah.
He gets affected by warmth still. So now it's like, why is he traveling through the ocean in tropical conditions?
Well, you know, not to mention he can automatically just make it snow. I didn't know he's like Storm from X-Men. I didn't know he could control the weather.
The only thing that I can think of is because the Pacific Ocean is cold, and I'm now trying to use science, and I'm realizing that's retarded. So don't use science. It doesn't make sense because he could have just snowboarded his way right across and got there.
And not to mention in the beginning of the movie, you know, the stereotype fucking bus like lands and all the stereotypes get off the fucking bus.
Oh,
We got
yeah,
the three
right onto the
girls,
island.
the three girls that die in every fucking movie. They get off first, so we know they're gonna die first.
The 50-year-old porn star.
Yep, with the gay Asian guy,
And the Asian girl who died. Okay, so first off, there was the blonde girl who was pretty much in every 90s low budget movie, and then there was the Asian girl with the fake boobs in every low budget movie that
Yep.
dies.
pretty much, yeah.
That was it.
That was it. I mean, that's literally it. And then you had the sheriff, his wife, and his brother and his wife, and then we had a bunch of extras too. And that's literally the entire cast. We also have the Jamaican guy who makes the drinks, and then
The British colonel.
and the British colonel that thinks it's Victorian England or something.
Yeah, I couldn't honestly pick which war he was trying to talk about because that was not matching up.
And don't forget about Captain Fun.
Yeah, Captain Fun. That kid was. We wanted him to die much earlier in the film.
Yeah, he's one of the last ones to die. That sucks. Yeah.
You know, I really kind of wanted the colonel and the Jamaican kid to live.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that they didn't.
Oh, and Agent Manners came back.
Yeah, had an eye patch. He was the security of the island.
Somehow more handsome this movie.
Yeah, everybody was commenting on that. I guess he lost weight or something. I don't know.
He just, I guess his facial reconstruction actually paid off.
Yeah.
He didn't get a liposuction though.
Yep. Well, it's a pretty simple plot once you get to the island. Literally, Jack just starts picking people off one by one. He uses very elaborate things. Like, it kind of starts off kind of like a Looney Tunes. Like,
Yeah.
he turns into an anvil and like falls on a girl, crushes her. Her little body parts are everywhere.
And then he, when the other friend catches her, like finds out where the body is, she steps on an icicle and then falls back into a bed of icicles.
Yeah, it actually kind of hurt me just looking at it.
Then the blonde girl who was in every 90s movie, she gets stabbed in the face with some tongs and her eyes are ripped out.
Well, pretty much. And that's basically what Jack does. He just goes on a killing spree little by little. And, the colonel keeps saying, oh, sharks, coconut sharks did it. And he's trying to pass
He's really
it
trying
off.
to Disney this.
Yep.
Like, because, when you go to Disneyland and you die, they just take you off of the park and then they pronounce you dead.
Yep. And-
Disney, please don't kill me.
Yeah, exactly. And so what ends up going on is, Jack Frost goes around and starts killing people. And then finally he's just like, after killing the Asian girl, after cooling off the pool, he's like, you know what? Let's liven this place up. And he like starts making it snow. And that's when we realize that it's kind of weird that he's able to do that.
He's Storm.
Yep. He also kills the 50-year-old porn star and his...
She eats a piece of ice that he has turned into, and then he blows up her head.
blows up her head, and then he kills the other guy, the Asian guy.
The Asian guy gets a much slower death.
Yep. And then finally we get to the point where they're still trying to gaslight the sheriff, and the sheriff...
After they see Jack Frost kill multiple people in a snowball fight, by the way.
Yep, like he's knocking people's arms off. He's sending like ice spears through people's faces, and then the other lady's like, "Oh, you know, it can't be Jack Frost. It's
You're just not fun anymore, Sam."
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I love though when they were playing when he was like traveling with antifreeze, Culk, and all the other stuff that they beat him with in the first movie.
Yep.
And he's like, "Joe, don't you think you're a little paranoid?" And it's like, "Yeah, aren't you a little happy that he's paranoid at this moment?"
Yeah, because they take the extra precautions. They try to bury themselves in there, and then Jack and the FBI agent, ex FBI agent, go out, try to get him, and then it turns out Jack like finds them, and they get trapped inside the kitchen. But then they come up with the idea, oh, let's turn this fountain into antifreeze, and so they set up a little trap.
Coolant.
Yeah, coolant and apparently powdered potato flakes to kind of mask it.
They gave him like one of those like old punji stick pits kind of ideas.
Yep.
You know, they trapped him in there. He got in. He started to burn. They thought, "Oh shit, we won." And then
turns out he's immune to it.
Told Wes, please pause the movie right now. We just got to know how much more stupid shit we got to watch.
30 minutes.
30 more minutes after that. And yeah, he gives birth by vomiting out his children.
Yeah, so he
Snowball
survives the antifreeze because apparently he's immune to it now, and then he starts vomiting like snowballs that are his kids, and this is when the movie just goes, batshit crazy. Listen to what I'm saying. Look at me. This is when the movie gets off the fucking rails and gets unhinged.
Yeah,
seriously.
Sergeant Manners goes on a manhunt to find Jack Frost, and Captain Fun gets killed by one of the Snowball children, and they decide to warn him.
It's too late.
It's too late. They eat him. Oh, yeah, by the way, the Snowballs are cannibals, too.
Yeah, they eat people.
They eat human flesh.
And they love beer.
Yeah, Asahi beer.
Drink it. Snowballs do.
Asahi beer. When you're having a bad day with cannibal snowballs, just remember that a nice, fresh, refreshing Asahi beer will always keep you happy.
Yeah, and so basically, the sheriff checks out. He just checks out.
Yeah, he kind of went all Looney Tune in the head right there.
And then his wife takes over the reins, and then they're going on they're basically trying to catch all these snowballs, and they're not having luck. And then she fucking just randomly finds out that apparently they blow up when you hit them with some fucking banana daiquiri.
Yeah, apparently Jack Frost in the first movie, his blood got Sheriff Sam's blood gets mixed inside of the antifreeze with him. So apparently they're connected. They're blood bonded somehow.
Yep.
And
makes sense of that.
Now he's allergic to bananas. That's his weakness. It's bananas.
Yep. It's bananas is his weakness. It's really bizarre. And so basically they go on a fucking killing spree, killing all the fucking it's like
they really go
a whole
around
montage.
They go in a montage just like pouring banana juice all over these poor little snowballs, these poor cannibal snowballs, and they just explode everywhere.
And Jack gets upset because he finds one of his half-dead snowball kids, and
my boy, you massacred my boy.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
But you know what was funny though is when they didn't know what to do when the colonel was in the woods alone, and he played one of those, oh, clever.
Yeah, clever girl.
Clever girl. Kind of like, they really reference Jurassic Park a little bit here in this movie.
It's funny because after they massacre all these snowballs, Jack comes back and he just fucking fucks everybody up.
Yeah, he kills the Jamaican guy and the British guy, which was sad. He tries to kill Sam's brother and his soon-to-be Karen. And then he creates a wall
of spikes and tries to crush her.
And tries to crush his wife, which then he morphs into the snowman.
And he goes, you get the point.
And then Sam
don't get the point.
No, and then Sam shoots him with an arrow.
A
banana.
And then he explodes.
He explodes, and then he's gone. He's gone.
He's
There's
dead.
Nothing else.
And then she literally picks her up, goes outside, and they walk off into the sunset of the beach, and that's when we get that stupid ending where the Japanese
guys.
Yeah, and they get hit by a giant fucking carrot. It's weird. And we never find out what happens to the other couple because they run into the fucking cooler. Everybody's pretty much dead at this point.
Everybody on the island is dead.
And we don't get really a resolution like we did from the last one. So you know what this movie can do? This movie can go fuck itself.
Yeah, if there's a direction it can do, it could fuck it is off. So yeah, this was bad.
So the dumb, cool, weird. Let's start with the dumb because I know there's gonna be a lot.
Oh yeah, well I don't know where to start. The fact that he becomes water, and he doesn't think, I could literally just suck the island. I am water. I could suck the island and like submerge the island. I could cause a hurricane.
Kill everybody.
No, I'm just gonna go on there and stab everybody and whatnot. It was a dumb movie. It's like King Kung Fu. I just think that certain people shouldn't be making movies.
Well, I know they were trying to be self-aware and stuff, and that's, but I think the dumbest thing about this movie is it's so obvious it's just paid for by that beer company.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a big beer commercial.
It's really all it is, and that's so dumb. Like, you had so many you had an opportunity to actually make a really good movie, but I know that like these people who funded it like probably wanted you to do certain things, but you should have actually made it like fun, interesting, something that you didn't.
This would be like in the 90s if Coca-Cola made a polar bear movie.
Yeah.
Just to showcase how actual polar bears love Coca-Cola.
Well, it's also funny because that beer is not a beer that you would actually drink either in the Caribbean or around the holidays. That's so fucking stupid because obviously
it's a sushi beer. It's a good sushi beer.
Yeah.
It's a good I'm going to get fucked up on the town kind of beer.
Yeah, but it's not a beer that you drink on the beach. On the beach, you drink Corona with lime, or if it's the holidays, you usually drink like a stout or something.
Yeah. So what I consider an Asahi's like one of those like I'm getting either the Asahis or I'm getting the Busch Lattes. I'm gonna go with the Asahi. It's a little heavier. I'm talking about the alcohol, and you're gonna get fucked up. It's gonna be great, and it's refreshing.
What was cool about this movie, besides the fact that it's about a killer snowman? Get it? Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Wow, that's a tall request.
I think some of the visual effects were kind of cool. Let me add to the dumb real quick. Those fucking shitty ass CGI effects they did with the little baby snowman. That was bad, dude.
So cool. Honestly cool though. I would say that the fact that it was a beer commercial essentially did kind of make it cool.
Yeah,
because Asahi's just not the beer you would see. It's like Heineken from King Kung Fu and Pizza Hut, right? That's just so random. But you get Asahi beer. It's a Japanese beer company is sponsoring this movie. So off the wall.
Yeah, I also thought it was pretty cool how they killed the Asian girl because I thought the ice effect was pretty cool. That looked pretty realistic, actually.
Honestly, that was a pretty creative way to kill her because he just drowned her.
Yeah, and I thought the snowman costume is pretty cool.
The snowman costume was a lot better from the first movie. The first movie was just mostly practical effects, and that was all they could pull then. Yeah,
pretty much. So let's talk about the weird.
Oh, okay. He gives birth to snowballs out of by vomiting them out.
That is very weird. Those little snow creatures were fucking weird too.
You know what? It's weird that the resort is pretty much run by a Jamaican guy at the front desk and a old British colonel and a former FBI agent who got fired for being bitten on the face by a mutant snowman in the first movie.
Yeah, we thought he was dead too. That's crazy.
Yeah, because he went into Jack Frost's mouth.
Yep. It was weird. I think the whole concept of the movie's weird. It's just a weird fucking movie. But it's not right. The thing is, like, movies like this can be pretty fun. The first one was really fun. Me and Nick actually really enjoyed
the first one. Was fun. This was just too much.
It's too much because it was obvious they didn't put worth a shit of a budget in there, and I think I'm done talking about it, dude.
Yeah, we're gone.
So just sign us off, Nick.
Stay sexy, Atlanta.
And don't watch this one. So we're gonna have a better Christmas movie next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Dumb Cool Weird podcast, where we cover some of your favorite movies in 20 minutes or less for your convenience. We go over what is dumb, cool, and weird about movies, and check out our Way Back Wednesdays we do sometimes for other stuff. And please share us with your friends.